Rangers, what a story. They have felt the highest of highs, having won more league titles and trebles than any other club in the world. They've won the league title 54 times, the Scottish Cup 33 times, and the Scottish League Cup 27 times. And they've achieved the treble of all three in the same season 7 times. But they have also felt the lowest of lows, having fallen into administration in 2012. The great Scottish club were then sent all the way down to the 4th tier of Scottish football, a moment which crushed Rangers fans and Scottish football as a whole. But now, Rangers are back in the top flight and they are beginning to rediscover the form they showed before their financial disaster. We are going to speed up this process, and not only that, we are going to once again turn Rangers into a European powerhouse. Ladies and gentlemen, we are off to the Ibrox. We are rebuilding Rangers. G'day guys, how's it going? It is JarradHD here. Welcome to probably the most highly requested rebuild we have ever had. Ever since I began this series, I have been genuinely bombarded. You Rangers fans are mental. I've had tweets at me, I've had comments left on videos, I've had Instagram DMs, I've had Xbox Live messages, I've had owls drop letters through my mail Harry Potter style. You guys want a Rangers rebuild, so I'm a man of the people. I've probably left it too long to even do it, but we are rebuilding Rangers and I am so excited to see what we can do. For those of you who have not seen a rebuilding challenge video yet, here are the rules. So the main objective of this is to take a team to the Champions League final. We will be simulating every single game up until the Champions League final, which we will play ourselves. We can make whatever transfers we like. Realistic, unrealistic, it does not matter. There's a big focus on the transfer window, only showing players that we sign. And finally, don't get butthurt if I sell your favorite player. Let's get into the rebuild. So if you guys are as pumped as I am to see this Rangers rebuild, make sure that you leave a like on the video. If we could smash out over 3,000 likes, that would make my day. And also make sure you bloody scorpion kick that subscribe button down below if you are new around here. We're posting career mode content on the regular. So this is our starting 11 for this opening season. I was actually surprised by the quality of this starting 11. Of course, he is 37 years old, but Miller is a Rangers legend from what I've been able to gather, so I'm going to keep him here until he retires. But there are some quality players in this side and some players that are going to grow and probably stay with us for a large majority of the rebuild. Cardoso, he's Portuguese, he's going to stay. And this guy here, Morelos, he's Venezuelan, no, Colombian. He's going to be staying for a large majority of the rebuild, I would say. Rosatier on the bench as well looks like a bit of a machine. But then in terms of what I want to improve on in this first season, I'm going to be going in for a young striker who can replace Miller once he does retire, because you gotta show respect to club legends, but you also have to plan for the future. So I'm gonna go in for a young striker, and I'm also gonna go in for a centre back who can come in. Bruno Alves is 35 years old, so he's gonna decrease rapidly as well. So we've got to assure ourselves up for the future. Besides that, this side is pretty decent, and I think we got a good foundation to begin with, but I'm going to stop blabbering on. Let's get into the actual part of the rebuild that you all care about, the transfers. Hey guys, just quickly before we get into today's Rangers rebuild, I'd like to say a big thank you to OneFootball for sponsoring today's rebuild. If you have been subscribed and watching my videos for quite some time, you would know that OneFootball are massive supporters of our channel. And when they found out that we were doing a historic Rangers rebuild, they wanted to get involved big time. So OneFootball is your #1 destination for all things football news, football scorelines, football transfers, just everything football. You can find it on the OneFootball app. So what they wanted to do, they wanted to help scout the start of our rebuild. So today we're quickly going to be using the OneFootball app to take a look at Rangers, their squad, their club news, their results lately, and it's going to help us get a better understanding of how Rangers are going in real life and the challenge we have in the first few seasons. If we take a look at the league standings though, we are sitting in 3rd position behind Aberdeen and behind Celtic by 6 points, so a bit of a gap there early in the season. What are the results that we've had? We've had a 3-1 result, I believe that is, against Ross County. 4-1, 2-all, 2-0 against Celtic. Not the result you're after if you're a Rangers fan. And a 4-1 result there, so not the worst start to the season, not the best, definitely something for us to improve on. So as you can see here, if you are a Rangers fan or a fan of any club, you can come across and look at the news section. So Alfredo Morales to kick on after his impressive start to life at the Ibrox. This guy is definitely someone I want to keep involved in this rebuild. He looks like an absolute gem on FIFA 18 career mode. So OneFootball has helped us scout out what we need to do a little bit there. A big thank you to them for getting involved with the channel and this historic rebuild once again. Make sure that you click the link in the description, at the top of the description, to go and download the OneFootball app on both iOS and Android today. It's a free app, so you've got nothing to lose. Once again, a big thank you to them for sponsoring today's rebuild. Now let's get back into it. Let's go and rebuild Rangers. So here we go, fellas. We've got our first signing in this Rangers rebuild. We have signed Ben Brereton. I probably have ruined his name, but the young English striker is signing. It's an absolute bargain. £1.2 million from Nottingham Forest, and that was his value. So a decent pickup there, and we can slowly start to phase him into the side as Miller starts to phase out of it. Another very quality signing here. We have signed Eric Palmer-Brown, the American centre back from Sporting Kansas City, for almost the same price we paid for Ben Brereton. £1.3 million. I have just accidentally backed out of it, and now apparently Messi's in the background of this, but £1.3 million for the young American centre back with decent potential. So some of you Rangers fans out there might be a little bit mad with me because we have sold Lee Wallace, who I believe is the Rangers captain at the moment. The left back is off to Huddersfield for £1.7 million, but yeah, obviously one of the more influential players in Rangers, but if we're going to rebuild the club, we need to make some hard decisions. Another big signing here. We're making some quality signings. Blas Riveros is coming on in from Basel for £3.2 million, so a little bit more pricey than the rest of the players we've signed, but he is quality. He has amazing potential. So, welcome to Rangers, Riveros. I am genuinely stoked with the business we've been able to do. Our biggest signing yet is Tom Davies, the English wonder kid from Everton. He has signed for only £7.5 million, so he will slot straight into our starting 11 and more than likely stay with us for the entirety of the rebuild. So, welcome to Rangers, Tom Davies. So here we go, fellas. 1 hour to go on transfer deadline day, and I am stoked, absolutely stoked with the business we have done. Brereton, Palmer-Brown, Riveros, and Tom Davies in. Lee Wallace out. We should be in a great position to maybe even challenge Celtic for the title in this first season, but I'll simulate through now to January and we'll assess things there. So here we are on the 1st of January, and as you can see, we are sitting in 2nd position, 6 points behind Celtic. But what I realized that I didn't know, like, forgive me, I haven't watched too much Scottish football in my time, but apparently there's a second stage where you go to a championship group, and I'm presuming that first place obviously wins the season, wins the title, but they also qualify for the Champions League, and then 2nd and 3rd get Europa League. But it'll be interesting to see what happens in this first season. I'm sure after this first season I'll understand it all. So there's 1 hour to go in the transfer window, but I'm not going to be making any signings in this window, nor am I going to be selling any players. I don't have any intentions of selling players, and I just couldn't justify spending my money on certain areas that I don't think we need to improve on. So we're going to see you guys at the end of the season and assess how we went. So here we are at the end of the season. So I have worked out what happened. So this is what it ended up as after the first stage. Then the top 6 go into the second stage championship group, which is what we ended up in, and then the bottom 6 go into the bottom group, obviously. So we have finished overall second place. Celtic win the league by 20 points. I think the first challenge in this is going to be overtaking Celtic. I'm not sure if finishing second means we get Champions League or not. That's going to have to wait and see. But the number one priority is to make sure that we lock down that number 1 spot every single season. In the Scottish Cup, Aberdeen did defeat Ross County in the final. We were nowhere to be seen, unfortunately. The Champions League was won by Bayern Munich, who defeated Juve 3-2. And Liverpool, they won the Europa League 2-0 over Atletico Madrid. So it's been a pretty decent first season. Hopefully we're setting the foundations for a special rebuild, but let's end season number 1 here, and let's get into season number 2 with Rangers. Season number 2 will be kicked off with a player departure. Eduardo Herrera, the striker, is off to Bari for £2.6 million. And our first signing for this second season is another big one. Emre Mor, the former Borussia Dortmund youngster, moved to Celta Vigo in La Liga, but now he comes to Scotland. He comes to Scotland now, signing for £9 million, which was his release clause. So welcome to Rangers, Emre Mor. So, if we want to be playing Champions League football in this second season and technically have a shot at winning the title, we have to, or winning the rebuild I should say as well, we have to defeat Galatasaray, the Turkish superpowers, in this Champions League qualifier. So, fingers crossed we put up a good run here, a good effort at the first leg at the Ibrox. We get an injury to Palmer Brown in the 9th minute, which is not what we want. They get a goal with Faguli, of all players, is playing for them. They get a second goal. We miss a penalty, so it's not looking too good at all at the moment. This is not looking like a good leg at all. 2 away goals, 3 away goals. We may as well say goodbye to our chances of Champions League football this season. Well, away to Galatasaray now. We have a 3-0 deficit to make up. Otherwise, it looks like we're going to be playing Europa League this season, which is not what we were after. We want the Champions League. I'd rather not play European football. 4-0 now in Galatasaray's favour. I'm just going to simulate it. There's no point wasting and continuing our torture. So a 5-0 loss over 2 legs. Europa League it is. Compared to last year, we haven't been all that busy here in the opening window, but we have a little bit of cash still in hand. As you can see, we've got about 8 million in hand, and I've got an idea or two for what I'm going to do with the squad in January, but I'm going to assess it then. Didn't have enough time to get all the business through in terms of scouting and all that, so I'll see you guys on the 1st of January 2019. So on the 1st of January, we are in the mix here. We're in 3rd position, so not in the top 2 where we want to be. I want it to be pushing for the title this year, but still plenty of time to go. We need a strong second half of the season, and the planned signings that I have in my mind, hopefully they will help us convert some of these draws to wins and get us up the top of the table. So we've got ourselves a brand new keeper. Whilst Fotheringham has been a decent goalkeeper for us, we need to take it to the next level. We've got a 77 rated goalkeeper in Thomas Strakosha. The Albanian goalkeeper is coming in for £8 million from Lazio, so 500,000 less than his value. I'm pretty excited about that. And this guy apparently has ridiculous potential in this game, so hopefully he is a decent player. But welcome to Rangers, Thomas Strakosha. Also, what the hell? Barcelona signed Chiellini. How random is that? And Graham Dorrans is back to England now. He's headed off to Aston Villa for £2.3 million. So here we go with 1 hour remaining in the transfer window. Now I'm a little bit confused because I had I accepted a transfer offer for our old goalkeeper, but as far as I know, he's still in the club, isn't he? Yeah, Fotheringham. I had a £4.4 million offer, I think it was, accepted from Swansea, so he is still here. Whether he's still here or not when we go through the next hour or not is a different story, but we're going to go through here. Forrester did leave on a free for next season, which I'm not too worried about, but let's simulate through here. Looks like Fotheringham is staying for, okay, the transfer talks broke down between him and Swansea. So, just like last season, I'll simulate to the end of the season and get back to you then. So, here we are at the end of the season. In the first stage, we finish in 2nd position, much closer this year to Celtic than last season. And in the final stage, we finish 13 points behind Celtic. We still get to play Champions League football again next season. Hopefully we can actually qualify and don't get spanked 5-0 again. We managed to win our first piece of silverware with Rangers, defeating Hearts in the Scottish Cup. Barcelona defeated Manchester City 3-2 in the Champions League final. I mean, I'd say I hope we get to that stage next year, but I call that a bit of blind optimism. And in the Europa League, AC Milan managed to win that tournament. I don't actually know where we went in our group, so here we are, we're Group A. We finished in 3rd position, so not the worst result considering we had Chelsea in our group. And here is a look at our squad report for the end of the 2nd season. Definitely going to try getting rid of Fotheringham next season, just to make sure Strakosha gets some more game time, but the squad is developing quite nicely. Palmer Brown getting there, Riveros 74. What the hell does that dash next to his name mean? I don't know, I'll sort that out, but it's a decent looking side. Ryan Jack 75 rated. I wonder if we have any players near the 80s. Tom Davies at a 78 so far. What about our strikers? Brereton up to a 73. Moralos up to a 76. And yeah, it's not been too bad. So that is going to be the end of the 2nd season here. Pretty happy that we won the cup. We're in the Champions League again. Next season we just need to make sure... Ooh, okay, we almost got sacked there, but we've just got to make sure that we put in a good shift in the league and win it. I want to win it next season, but let's see how we go in Season 3. So here we are, kicking off Season 3 with Rangers with a player signing. We have brought in Solly March from Brighton in the Premier League for £7.1 million. He comes in and he will bolster up our left-hand side of the pitch. And our first player departure for this 3rd season is going to be Wes Fotheringham. The goalkeeper is off to Leeds United. Sold him for £5.5 million because we had 4 goalkeepers including him. He was the 2nd highest. Worth getting rid of him to bring in an extra little bit of money. Alright, so here we go, fellas. Once again, we have to try qualifying through the playoff rounds to get to the Champions League group stages. Are we going to get luck on our side and make our first appearance in the group stages, or will Besiktas take us down, the Turkish beast? Our team is obviously getting better by the year, so as the year goes on, we have more chance, but it's still going to be hard as Erkin gives them the lead, but Brereton does equalize for us. Hopefully we can get through. At least it's not going to be 5-0 like last season against Galatasaray. How are we going to go? This is the home leg. Don't let them score any more away goals. It would be good if we could get another one. 10 minutes to go. Tosin gets them a goal, but Davies does equalise. So 2-2 headed into the 2nd leg. And ahead of our 2nd leg against Besiktas, we do make a huge defensive signing. Dale Upamecano from Leipzig, the French defender, is coming into the club for £8.3 million. So 200,000 less than his value, and 74 rated at 20 years of age. This guy could be with us for the entirety of the rebuild. So welcome to Rangers, mate. So it's now time for the away leg in Turkey. Are we going to be playing in the Champions League group stages, or will it be another season in the Europa League? They have 2 away goals, so we need to win this leg. Come on, fellas. Emre Moore gets us a goal. We are 3-2 up. Gökhan Töre does equalize though. Babel gets them back in the lead. Come on, somebody get a goal for us. Okay, Morelos gets us a goal. Away goals are out of it. It is 4-all. Come on, 15 minutes to go. Toussaint, no! Gets them a goal in the 80th minute. No, surely next year we're going to be able to get into the Champions League. We came so close, but it's not our year. Season 3 is going to be without Champions League football again, but it shows that our squad is improving. So 1 hour to go on transfer deadline day. It's been a pretty successful one. We've brought in Solimarch and Upamecano. We've gotten rid of Fotheringham. So our squad looks pretty good. I reckon we're going to give Celtic a good run for the title this season, but I'll see you guys in January where hopefully we will be top and hopefully we can bring in some more players. Don't tell me how, but we have brought in 86 rated William Carvalho on a free transfer. And we didn't even have to pay much money for him in bonuses, in wages. Only £41,000 a week and a £300,000 signing on bonus. That is insane. Even if we have to get rid of him before the end of the rebuild due to his 27-year-old age, we have just given ourselves a monster boost for Season 4. William Carvalho, welcome to Rangers in 6 months. And halfway through the Scottish League season, we are sitting in our favourite 2nd position, 5 points behind Celtic and 5 points ahead of 3rd place Dundee. But there is so long to go in the season. If we had William Carvalho now, I would say that we would be huge picks for the title, but I'll simulate, or once we finish the window, I'll simulate to the end of the season and see how we go. So here we are with 1 hour remaining on transfer deadline day. Had a few transfer offers fall apart for players that I was trying to get rid of, but our squad's looking pretty impressive. I still am a little bit not concerned, I'm just a little bit surprised that we managed to get 86 rated William Carvalho so easily. We didn't even have to throw the money book at him. But anyways, we're going to simulate through here and we are going to see you at the end of this 3rd season. We are slowly getting there. We are inching ever so closer to overtaking Celtic and winning the Scottish Premiership. We finish 7 points behind Celtic here on 78 points. They finish on 85 points. Hopefully with William Carvalho and maybe even a few more players coming next season, we can leapfrog them or at least make it a 1 or 2 point difference. But that means for the 4th year, we are going to be fighting for Champions League qualification. In the Scottish Cup, however, it was the Old Firm derby, which we absolutely spanked Celtic 3-0 in. The Champions League title was won by Bayern Munich, and the Europa League title was won by Nice on penalties against Everton. I want to see how we went in the Europa League, haven't even checked that. Don't even know what group we were in. So we were in Group G with Spurs, Standard Liège and Odense, and we finished in 3rd position, 1 point behind Standard Liège. So it's been a good episode in some, or a good rebuild in some regards, but not so impressive in other ones. Hopefully, as I've said numerous times, we can go better in Season 4. So, whilst we haven't won the league yet, Season number 3 was still a success. I'm hopeful, as I've said, that we can get to the top of the league in Season 4, and hopefully next season we actually qualify for the Champions League groups, but let's get into Season 4 now. We're going to be kicking off Season number 4 with a defensive improvement. We're signing a brand new right back, Clement Michelin, I believe it's how you pronounce it, 23-year-old right back from the French league, from Toulouse. He comes in for £10.5 million, so our squad is slowly but surely improving. This is a rebuild where we don't have too many finances to play with, but we're slowly improving the squad, which I'm thoroughly enjoying. It's been good fun to make this rebuild so far, so let's see how we go for the rest of the window. And our first player departure for this fourth season is Carlos Pena, who has moved to Aston Villa for £2 million. So here we go, back at this point again. It is the playoff round for the Champions League. Can we finally get into the group stages? We're not taking on a Turkish team this year. We are taking on a Swiss team in Basel now. We have a full strength starting lineup except for Michelin, who is out with injury. So hopefully we can get a decent start here and set ourselves up for a comfortable second leg. I just want to qualify. 0-0 at the moment here. Nothing really happening from what it looks like. 20 minutes to go. Are we going to go into the second leg with a 0-0 scoreline? Come on, someone get us an away goal. God damn it, 0-0 heading into the second leg. The moment of truth. Are we playing in the Champions League group stages for the first time? Come on, Rangers. Let's do it. Come on, Carvalho. 0-0 heading into this second leg. Let's get an early goal. They've got Xhaka in there. Candelo. Of course, we have Riveros, who is a former Basel player in this save. Still 0-0. We get the lead. Brereton gets us into the lead. Come on, fellas. Let's get a second goal and make things comfortable. Because if it's 1-1, then they'll go through. Morelos gets us our second goal. We look like, barring a Basel miracle, that we will be playing in the Champions League. Yes, we are. Champions League group stages for the first time. Get in there. Jesus. Marcus Rashford went to Barcelona for £92 million. What's the rate? 87 rated now. That is insane. Again, we haven't done too much business, but I'm pretty satisfied with the business we have done. Our side is looking impressive. Of course, imagine Michelin in the bottom corner, 78 rated, but I'm hopeful that we can go well in the Champions League, and I'm hopeful that we can win the league. Now, I've got a few ideas for January. We'll get onto that soon, but let's have a look at our Champions League group. So, we're in Group A of the Champions League, and something tells me that we have a very slim chance of qualifying out of this group. Bayern Munich and PSG in our group, along with Anderlecht. It's going to be tough. I'm not filled with confidence, but we'll give it our best shot. I'm going to simulate to the group, or the end of the group stages, in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, at least we qualified, I guess, but let's not talk about that. So here we are on the 1st of January 2021, and we are dead equal with Celtic on wins, draws, and losses, only ahead on goal difference, but that is what we want to see. Could we win the Scottish League title against Celtic this year? I pray. But let's get into January and see what business we want to do. I'm going to warn you now, I'm going to try attempting another pre-contract signing. I'm sorry if you don't like them, but I still can't believe we brought in William Carvalho for that much, or for that little really. So let's see if we can abuse it again. Excuse my language, I know some of you guys get upset when I swear, but I'm gonna make an exception because I cannot fucking believe it. We have brought in Gabriel Jesus from Manchester City on a pre-contract to Rangers. 90 overall, 23 years of age. We're only paying him £260,000 a week. Are you serious? On one hand, this is unbelievable. On the other, this is so unrealistic. I am so conflicted in both respects, but I am probably or definitely more hyped than anything. So, next season, welcome to Rangers, Jesus. I don't normally show you guys the games, but this was a pretty monumental moment in the rebuild, so Rangers fans, you're welcome. A player departure here, Josh Windass. He's been here since season 1, but he is off to the English football. He is off to Wolves for £7.5 million. So a big deal here on transfer deadline day. We have brought in ourselves a brand new left midfielder. Solly March started to peak, so I decided let's get him out of the club and let's get a brand new left midfielder in. So Richarlison, the Brazilian left midfielder, comes in from Watford for £10 million plus Solly March on transfer deadline day. a great piece of business. So here we are with 1 hour to go, and by God, have we made incredible business this window. Jesus coming in on a free next season. Let me know your opinions, because I genuinely want to know what you guys are thinking when it comes to free transfers. Like, should we have a limit on how many we make in a rebuild? Should there be no limit? Do you guys care? Do you guys think it adds to the experience, like the enjoyableness of these videos? Let me know. I want to know down below. So, Richarlison in, March and Windass out. Let's have a look now and see if we can win the title over Celtic for the first time in this rebuild. Let's get into it now. Champione, champione, ole, ole, ole. Holy crap, 75 goal difference. We absolutely destroyed it this season. Also, remind me to never even attempt singing or chanting in another one of my videos. But we wanted to win the league. I thought if we won the league, it'll be by a point or two. We have crushed Celtic. Absolutely crushed them. 17 points clear at the top of Scottish football. It's only taken us 4 seasons, but we are finally top of Scotland. And with Jesus coming in next season, I can't see us going anywhere. But what an incredible season this has been. Champions, and that means automatic qualification to the Champions League next season, I believe. And we've won the Scottish Cup for the 3rd time in a row. 4-0 over Hearts. So Real Madrid defeated Borussia Dortmund 2-1 in the Champions League final. Hopefully we make the knockouts next season. And Lille, they defeated Roma in the Europa League final. But let's have a look at our squad report here. The squad is coming along so nicely, and I know I said this about the Crystal Palace rebuild, the most recent one, but this Rangers one is taking the crown at the moment of my most enjoyable rebuild to do so far. The squad is developing so nicely, it's coming along so slowly, but it's going to feel that much better when we eventually complete the rebuild. I mean, if we manage to do it within 20 seasons or however long career mode lasts for, but I'm hopeful next season we have a good crack with Jesus coming in. It is safe to say that season number 4 has been the most incredible one in this rebuild so far. We smash Celtic to win the league title. We win the domestic cup. We bring in Jesus on a free, and our squad turns absolutely amazingly. Let's get into season 5 and see just how far we can take this Rangers squad. So we are going to be kicking off season number 5 with a massive transfer here. Timothy Fosu-Mensah from Manchester United, well, from Red Bull Leipzig in this save, is coming into the club for £18 million plus Fabio Cardozo. Cardozo's been great for us so far in this rebuild, but we needed to upgrade, so we've gone ahead and got the Dutchman in. Welcome to Rangers, Timothy Fosu-Mensah. And our first player departure for season number 5 is going to be Joe Dudu, who has gone to Huddersfield for £5 million. So I was having a look through our squad and I thought we've got a pretty decent starting 11 that just needs to grow. So let's strengthen around it. I brought ourselves in a brand new left midfielder, a backup left midfielder. It is going to be Harry Chapman from Middlesbrough, who is signed for £6 million. Welcome to Rangers, Harry Chapman. So I forgot to show the little screen on deadline day, but we have finished the transfer window. It's been a pretty good one. Always try to make small little deals every window that progresses us in the rebuild. So Fosu-Mensah in, and that left midfielder, Harry Chapman, I think his name was, he is in. Should be interesting to see how we go. Hopefully with Jesus and Carvalho, we win the league again. But let's go and check out our Champions League group now. Oh, also on transfer deadline day with like an hour to go, I accepted an offer for Ryan Jack, and it's gone through on the 7th of September. So Ryan Jack is off to West Brom in the Premier League for 5.3 million. So we are in Group B for our second attempt at the Champions League. Definitely a lot easier than last season. I mean, it couldn't get much harder than PSG and Bayern Munich in the same group, but it is still going to be so difficult. Atletico Madrid, Sporting and Anderlecht all in there. I'm hopeful that we can slide into second position, but It's going to be extremely close. As per always, I'm going to simulate now to the end of the group stages. We'll see how we'll win, and we'll see if we're playing knockout Champions League football this year. So I'll see you there in 3, 2, 1. We have qualified. For the first time in this Rangers rebuild, we are going to be playing Champions League knockout football. It was extremely close. We finished on 7 points. Anderlecht on 6 and Sporting on 4, and Atletico Madrid killed our group. They finish on 18 points. But let's go and check out who we're facing in the last 16. Oh dear. Check the top right hand corner. We're coming up against Barcelona in the round of 16. I mean, this is really going to tell us what we're made of. Can we get a shock result against Barcelona and get through to the quarters? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see once we get into February to find that out. In the Scottish Premiership, however, we are doing what Celtic do in real life. We are dominating. On the 1st of January, we are sitting top of the league by 9 points on 47 points. So things are definitely going to plan in the Premiership. As I've said, my main goal is to make sure that we finish top of the league comfortably every season from now on. But anyways, here we are on the 1st of January 2022. Let's see if we can get some business done. Not holding my breath because we don't have that many financial capabilities at the moment, but we'll wait and see, I guess. Holy crap. Jesus wins the Ballon d'Or. A Rangers player is the best player in the world. I mean, I guess that's meant to be the Ballon d'Or. Maybe it's just the Scottish Premier League or the Scottish Premiership, but I'm going to say it's the Ballon d'Or for effect. So here we are with 1 hour to go in January. Obviously, I have done no business. That is due to the fact that the money-wise, I didn't think we could use it effectively, and we have a hell of a lot of players off contract at the end of next season, so I'm going to use that money to renew their contracts and make sure none of them leave and all that good stuff, if that makes sense. So had to be a bit responsible this window, but anyways, let's get into it now and let's go have a look at our game against Barcelona. So here we go, fellas. The biggest game in this rebuild so far, the Champions League round of 16 at home against Barcelona. Are we going to stand up and count? Are we going to give Barcelona a run for their money, or are we going to get run over? Their side is insane. Rashford is in their starting 11. No Messi. Messi must have retired, maybe. Suarez, they get an away goal. That's not what we wanted. We wanted to keep them at 0. Thiago gets them a second one. Okay, we're looking like we're going to get absolutely run over here. Can Gabriel Jesus get us back into this one, or are we going to head 2-0 down? Yep, 2-0 down as we head into the away leg at the Camp Nou. This is not good. Alright, here we go. The away leg at the Camp Nou. We're 2-0 down. We need a miracle. I mean, I wasn't expecting much heading into this Barcelona clash, but I wanted it to be a bit close heading into the second leg. We need a good start if we have any chance. We get an injury and they get a third goal, so may as well throw in the towel. Jesus might spark a comeback here. We get an away goal, they get another one. Barcelona, just too good, but I'm still happy that we made the knockouts this season. We've just got to keep improving. The squad we have now is only going to get better because they're all such high potential players. So I think as the seasons go on, we should get better and better and better, but we've been knocked out of the Champions League. Well, there it is, fellas. We have absolutely dominated the league again, finishing 15 points ahead of Celtic. We get 91 points. We are absolutely killing it. Here's a look at the second stage, the bottom group. Not that it matters, but we have murdered the league. And we have killed Rangers, or we've killed Celtic again. The Scottish Cup final for what I believe is the 3rd or the 4th year in a row. we have won that 5-0. Atletico Madrid did win the Champions League final on penalties against Manchester City. Hopefully our dominance in Scottish football can translate over to European football. And Spurs won the Europa League over Schalke. So an awesome season. We just continue to grow. This has been a really enjoyable rebuild. Look at that also. Jesus with 33 goals. That is insane. But let's end season 5. Let's get into season 6. And let's see if we can continue our rise up the European football ranks. So we begin season 6 with a tactical transfer. Nico Barea is coming into the club, or Nicolo Barea coming in from Cagliari for £25 million plus William Carvalho. Now, Carvalho was our second best player. However, he hit 30, he was 86 rated, he was starting to go down, he was still worth something, so we've gone and replaced him with Barea, who is 86 rated and 5 years younger. So hopefully Barea can continue to improve and justify why we got rid of Carvalho. But welcome to Rangers, Nicolo Barea. So here we are, one more hour to go on transfer deadline day. We splashed the cash on Barea at the start of the window. Our squad is looking impeccable. Let's go ahead and let's have a look at our Champions League group. Once again, we are drawn in Group B of the Champions League, and it is a tough challenge once again. Liverpool, Bayer Leverkusen and Galatasaray. Are we going to progress to the knockout rounds for the second straight year? I really do hope so, but we'll find out in about 3 seconds from now. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. We finish above Liverpool, we top our group. Only one loss in the entire group stages. So that means we are into the last 16 for the second straight year. Are we going to be up against Barcelona? Where are we? We're bottom left corner. We are taking on Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. Oh dear. Why can't we get an easy opponent for once? So we're going to be up against it again, but we'll have to check in February when it comes back to the Champions League. Let's have a look now at the league standings and get into January. So here we are halfway through the Scottish League season, and we are on track at the moment to an Invincibles season. Not a loss yet in the league. If we can manage to pull off an undefeated season, that would be incredible. 14 points clear ahead of Celtic. We look like we are going to win another Scottish League title, but I'm not going to jinx us yet. Get in there, boys. Another pre-contract signing and a massive centre-back signing. Kurt Zouma from Chelsea is going to be joining us next season on a free transfer. 86 rated. He is going to bolster our back line, and if we don't go far this season in the Champions League, I think next season we will for sure. So we are at the stage where we were eliminated last season, the round of 16 of the Champions League, away at Pep Guardiola's Manchester City at the Etihad for this first leg. Hopefully we can have a good crack here. Better side than we had last year. But let's see if we can get some points on the board and head into the second leg with a bit of confidence. Maybe get past this stage. They've got a very good side. Bellatang, Romagnoli, Emre Moore gets an injury but stays on. Belotti, Mbolo, Goretzka. They've got a really good side. Sterling on, and he scores. They've got Griezmann as well. They have splashed the cash. They've got a 1-0 lead, but it's not the worst thing in the world. We still are in with a chance, but it's going to have to be a big second leg performance at the Ibrox. Alright, time for the second leg here at home. We have a 1-0 deficit to make up. Most importantly, we can't afford to concede in this leg. Are we going to get through to the quarters, or are we going to fall short of where we did at the same stage last season? No Emre Moore for this one. Chapman starts on the left, Richarlison on the right-hand side. Come on, fellas. 40 minutes in, still 0-0 or 0-0, however you guys enjoy it. People get angry when I say 0-0, but half an hour. Come on, someone step up and send it to extra time. Come on. Yes! Richarlison in the 77th minute. Are we going? Okay, we're into extra time. Davies makes it 2-0. Oh my god. Come on. If they still score though, they'll go through on away goals rule. We've gone through 2-0. What a second leg performance. We're getting through to the quarterfinals. Well, we get to measure ourselves against last season's results as we take on Barcelona for the second straight year, this time in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. This is going to be interesting. Alright, let's do it, fellas. The first leg here at home. Let's not concede goals. The worst thing to do is concede an away goal and have it come back to bite you in the second leg. They've got a good side. We get an early goal. Richarlison has been killing it so far. Brereton's there. We've also got Emre Moore back into our starting 11. He's back from injury. They get an away goal. God damn it. Nicolas Seal getting them an away goal. 1-1 here. That is still manageable. We can't afford to concede another here in the last 15, 20 or so minutes. 10 to go. Come on, fellas. Let's hold on. Do we? Yes, we do. We're going to take a 1-1 scoreline heading into the second leg. We head into the second leg here, away at the Camp Nou. A big disadvantage as Nico Barea is out through suspension. So Rossetia, the young Englishman, well now he's probably middle-aged Englishman, comes into our starting 11. We need to score. If it is a scoreless draw, they go through on away goals rules. So we need goals here. And there's been, what the hell? In 1 minute, Dembele scores. We get an away goal. So it is all tied up. They get back into the lead. But if we equalize here, then we will be through. We do, but they go ahead again. No, this is not fair. Somebody equalize again. No, we're eliminated in a ridiculous quarter-final matchup. Oh, that's given us hope though for next season. Oh, fellas, we came one loss away from the invincible season. 30 wins, 7 draws, 1 loss. We finish a mind-blowing 31 points ahead of Celtic. That is insanity. But most importantly, we qualify for Champions League football next season, and with Kurt Zouma coming in and maybe 1 or 2 more big name signings, I don't think there's any reason why we can't have an extremely deep run at the Champions League. Another Scottish Cup to add to our resume, to add to our impressive rebuild so far. We defeat St. Johnstone 3-1 in that final. The Champions League was won by Manchester United, who defeated PSG 2-1. And finally, Napoli, they win the Europa League 3-2 over Borussia Dortmund. Slowly but surely, we are inching our way closer to completing the rebuild. Season 7, will we do it? Let's go and let's find out. So you guys know how much I believe that a top quality goalkeeper wins you simulated games in career mode. So I've gone ahead and made a goalkeeper signing our main priority to begin the window. We've done just that. Matteo Perin, 88 rated goalkeeper, coming in for a bargain of a price if you ask me. £36 million. So we are sorted in terms of our defense now. What in the world? Antoine Griezmann went to Everton for only £53 million. That's insanity. So here we are on transfer deadline day. Not as much business as I hoped. I wanted to get rid of Stradkosha, our old goalkeeper, and I wanted to use that money that we got for him in a transfer deal, like a player swap deal with Emre Moore, and bring in a world-class right midfielder, because that's what our starting 11 looks like right now. And basically the main spot that needs improving is our right midfielder spot. So we might have to wait until January for that one, but we've got a pretty decent team. I think we can definitely have a good run at the rebuild this year. So let's get through the transfer deadline day and let's have a look at our Champions League group. Alright, so this is our Champions League group for season number 7. It's insane that we're already 7 seasons deep, but we've got Schalke, Ajax, and Zenit St. Petersburg in our group. Hopefully we can qualify another time for the 3rd straight year. We want to win the whole thing this year, but let's see in 3, 2, 1. We've qualified to the knockout rounds once again. We finish first in what has proved to be a tight group. Us and Schalke go through 11 and 9 points respectively, Ajax on 8, Zenit on 4. And of course, once again, we are going to be taking on Barcelona. I mean, us and Barcelona this rebuild is like Bayern Munich and Arsenal in real life. So if we manage to get past them, I think we'll deserve it. Third time lucky maybe. But here we are on the 1st of January 2024. In first position once again, only one loss so far, 17 points clear at the top of the table. Hopefully once again we can continue this and qualify automatically. Celtic not doing too good though. And there it is, we've gotten rid of Thomas Strakosha. He is off to Bayer Leverkusen for, what was it, £41.5 million. He's been a great servant to the club in this rebuild, but we had to get the money in, we had to get him out, so best of luck, mate. Well, there it is. Our side is now looking amazing. We have brought in Chiesa from Southampton, originally from Fiorentina, but Federico Chiesa is coming in, or Chiesa is coming in for £30 million plus Emre Moore. 87 rated. Our team is going to be looking insane. With the addition of Chiesa, I apologize if I'm pronouncing him wrong, Chiesa, whatever, but this is what our starting 11 looks like. It is insane. Some of you guys might be thinking, get a new striker. I want to keep the faith with Brereton. He's been here since season 1. We got to have a hero in the save. Our bench is looking pretty impressive as well. Most of these guys have been here since the start. Might go ahead and look for a backup central midfielder in case we get some injuries. In fact, I think I'll do that. But I'm pretty impressed with it regardless. So here we are on transfer deadline day with a midfield signing. Rodney Congolo is going to come into the side for £14 million. He's a decent bench player to have and can come in and hopefully do a job if Rossiter gets injured along with Davies, or who's our other midfielder? Have I honestly just forgotten? I can't even remember who our other midfielder is. That's embarrassing. Berea, that's the one. So here we go. 1 hour remaining on transfer deadline day. We've done the business. We've got the goods. Where are we? There we are. So Chiesa, Congolo in, Emre Moore and Strakosha out. Our squad is looking insane. I'll see you guys for the Barcelona Champions League tie. Here we go, fellas. Can we finally defeat Barcelona away at the Camp Nou? Riveros is out for this first leg, so Bierman comes in. That is one of the best last names you'll ever see, by the way, Bierman. But besides that, our squad is pretty damn strong. Let's get some away goals. Let's put in a huge performance. Barcelona have been our heel. They've been our biggest problem in this rebuild so far. They've knocked us out twice. Can we finally get a leg up over them? Half an hour to go, nothing happening. They get a red card. Dalbert gets sent off. We get an injury, but can we get a goal? Can we capitalize? Please. Yes, in the 88th minute, Chiesa gives us an away goal and we capitalize on Barcelona being a man down. Leg number 2. Let's get it, fellas. We have a 1-0 advantage. We have the away goal advantage. We have Riveros back in. In the words of Steven Gerrard, we do not let this slip. Let's hope our midfielders don't physically slip like Gerrard did. Let's hang on. Let's get through to the quarterfinals and get past Barcelona. They have such a deadly side, like Rashford, Dembele. Freaking hell, Dembele equalizes. The away goal out the window. I freaking jinxed us. So it is all tied up at the moment. 15 minutes to go. 10 minutes to go. We get back in front and we get through. Richarlison, he has been killing it for us in this rebuild, but we get through to the Champions League quarterfinals and finally get past Barcelona. So we are going to be taking on Tottenham in the Champions League quarterfinals. Some interesting matchups in there as well. Red Bull Leipzig are in there, taking on Liverpool, and then the other side of the draw is the big dogs. But we have to focus on taking down Spurs and hopefully getting to the semi-finals for the first time in Season 7. April 9th, 2024, we are away at the new White Hart Lane Stadium, probably Wembley still in the game. We are without our Brazilian left midfielder, Richarlison, or whatever his name is, and Spurs, they have a good side. Dele Alli and Kane are still there. Rabiot's in for them. We've got Stark, who I was looking at bringing in earlier in the rebuild. We get an away goal though. Tom Davies gets us a very crucial away goal there. Come on, can we get a second one? Half an hour to go. We need to put in a good shift here to make the second leg a lot more comfortable. Come on, fellas. Get a second goal. Somebody. 88th minute. It is going to be 1-0 in our favour, but we have that all-crucial away goal. Leg number 2. At home, at the Ibrox. Wow, that was a terrible pronunciation. The Ibrox. As we take on Spurs here. Richarlison, we rushed him back into the starting 11. Not at 100% fitness, but good enough to start the game. We have a 1-0 lead to protect. We get another goal. Jesus, nice and early. He has been banging them in for us in this rebuild. So we're 2-0 up. Harry Kane gets them an away goal. So the away goal equation is out of it. Come on, fellas. Don't let them get back into this one. If they get another goal here, then we have to win. If it stays like this, we go through. 20 minutes to go, 10 minutes to go now. Come on, fellas. Hold on, hold on. Yes! Rangers are in to the Champions League semi-finals. So the team standing between us and a Champions League final is Manchester United. If we do happen to make it, it'll be against an English side, either Chelsea or Liverpool, but we can't worry about them. We have to worry about Manchester United, who always in these rebuild videos seem to have the most ridiculous squads when we come up against them. So we're really going to know what we're made of after these 2 legs. Can we take down the Red Devils? Let's find out. The first leg is away at the Theatre of Dreams as we take on Manchester United at Old Trafford. An away goal would be nice. Don't concede too many, score plenty. The same motto we have for every game. They've still got their starting 11 seems to be very similar to what they have in real life. And they got Pogba on the bench. Shit, we scored. Richarlison, I didn't even notice. We scored an away goal in the 15th minute. That is perfect. That is the start we were after. Half an hour to go and we've got an away goal here. Compared to previous rebuilds, United's squad isn't that stacked, but I don't want to jinx it just yet. 5 minutes to go and we head into the second leg with a 1-0 advantage. Leg number 2. Manchester United versus Rangers. Can we put ourselves into the Champions League final for the first time in this rebuild and give us a chance at securing the rebuild in season number 7? We have a goal. No! I was just about to say how we have the away goal advantage. It is all tied up now. 1-1. Angel Gomez, absolute career mode gem this year, gets it all tied up here. We need to score a goal. They score a goal and we have to get 2. We get a goal. We are in front again. Kiesa's had a great season so far. Come on, 5 minutes away. Are we? Yes! We get through to the Champions League final. Not super tense, but we are there. We're going to be taking on either Liverpool or Chelsea to complete the rebuild. Fingers crossed in season number 7. Rangers versus Chelsea Football Club in the 2024 Champions League final. This is going to be insane. Before we can get into the final though, let's have a look at the rest of the competitions. Juventus win the Europa League. Of course, we win the Premiership for another season. Only 2 losses this season, 96 points. Celtic on 59 points. We have completely dominated again. And of course, we win yet another Scottish Cup. There is no stopping us. We defeat Motherwell 3-0 in the final. And as always, before we get into a Champions League final, we always have a look at the squad report to see how our squad is looking heading into the Champions League final. And this is one complete squad. Every position is going to be goddamn awesome for us. We've built a good bench. We've built a solid starting 11, a world-class starting 11. This has been so satisfying. I said last time out that the Crystal Palace rebuild was probably the most enjoyable rebuild that I've had. This one definitely rivals it. What a story it has been. Let's see if we can finish it off right now as we take on Chelsea in the Champions League final. sets the stage for a historic Champions League final. Let's take the fight to Conte's Chelsea and let's win Rangers the Champions League final. Nicely done from Jesus to hold that one up. It's Chiesa, the right midfielder, going through there to Jesus. I see Chiesa. Beautiful ball. Can we get an early opportunity here? We're going to hold it up. All the blue is confusing me. Get your head to it. We're going to know. I thought we had the lead. Brereton. Was it Brereton? Yes, he just misses. Come on, fellas. Richarlison. Oh, good stuff. Jesus holding it up. Trying to find a shooting opportunity. Goes out wide to our right midfielder, Chiesa. He's going to go back. We're just looking for a shooting opportunity. We're going to go for it with Jesus. Jesus gets a lucky touch. Jesus is going to give us the lead. You can tell that this man is 92 rated by how much the ball just stuck to his feet. We got so lucky there. I honestly don't know. I want to see a replay of this. I was just holding it up. I'm like, I need to go for it. How didn't N'Golo Kante win that ball back? Of all players that you thought would have won that one, Kante is who you would have put your money on, but we do have the lead here, and I am stoked about that. Free kick here, 21st minute. It's going to be Berea to just lob this one into the middle. Somebody get your header on it. Oh, Richarlison hit it straight at Courtois. Kovacic running through. Good defense there from Chiesa. Still on though. Oh, Kovacic has just faked it past us. Kovacic playing that one to Simeone. Get it? No! They've equalised. Simeone has put that one top corner. God knows how. Wow, we had the lead for a total of 10 minutes and we've already given it up. That is not what we want. Oh, I want to see a replay of this. So let's have a look at this in the replay. We're giving him some space. I thought for sure Fosu Mensah had it there. It's a lucky bounce and they've scored. Here we go. Can we equalise? We've looked pretty good. Can we get the equaliser? Jesus looking for his second. Great save from Thibaut Courtois. We're going to keep it in. Richarlison back in there. Ah, bloody hell. Here we go. Some nice passing play. Jesus has been our best player so far for sure. Falls to him again. He's getting so lucky with the bounces here. Chiesa in the box. Chiesa on the angle. Tried to squeeze it in. They're on the attack here. Simeone running through. Zuma's chasing. We've given Kovacic too much space. And Perrin saves us from going behind. Here we go, Jesus. Playing that one through to Brereton. Goes back. We're holding it up. We go to Tom Davies. Tom Davies turns. Tom Davies finishes it. No, what a terrible finish off his weaker left foot. I should have tried finessing it with the right. They're on the attack here. We're trying to defend with our midfielders more so that we have an extra line of defense, but they're penetrating it quite easily. Jeez, that's play on. Okay, I thought that was going to be called back for a free kick. Now we're on the bloody counter. Jesus going to Brereton. Out there. Tom Davies holding it up. Davies. Oh, the overlap. The overlap. Chiesa on the angle. Oh, what another great save that is from Courtois. Courtois has honestly saved Chelsea big time here today. Can we get something off the corner? It goes deep. It falls to Kurt Zouma. Zouma loses it, but it goes in the box. Jesus off the post again. Courtois, stop it, mate. We're going to get another attempt, though. Berea. Come on, people, make space. Chiesa, Brereton. Brereton turns, shoots. Save from Courtois. Far out. Here we go. Brereton. Jesus. Going through to Richarlison. Richarlison turning in the box. Richarlison. What a save again from Courtois. Follow up. Brereton turns, shoots, gives us the lead. Get in there. We deserve that goal, but we have finally got it. Brereton, he's been here since day one of the rebuild. We got him in season 1, and he might have just got us the Champions League title. We are in front here. So many good saves from Courtois, but there is nothing that he could do about that one. Jesus with the tackle. Good stuff there. This guy's been an absolute machine for us. I hope it's not the last time we get to use him this year. Richarlison, he's been a machine as well. He goes out there, meant to go to Tom Davies. Make the overlap. Michelin, back post. Brereton, no! Oh, that should have been it. Chelsea putting all their resources forward. They're trying to get an equaliser that if I'm being honest, they won't deserve if they do get it. It's a good tackle there in the middle from Berea. They've got numbers now. We're going to play that one through. Fine line whether he's offside or not, but it's still on. Going through. Is Jesus onside? He's onside. He finishes it. I thought he was offside for all money, but Jesus has given us a 3-1 lead here, and surely that is going to see us get home in this Champions League final. What a beast the Brazilian has been. 92 rated, and he has proved it. He has been amazing on the ball. He has amazing finishing. He is just an all-round freak on the game. Look at that finish. That is 3-1. Chelsea are pushing forward. They're looking to somehow give themselves a spark. I don't see them getting any chance in this one. The referee's whistle is going to blow any second now. We just need to get it out of here. They're going forward. They turn over possession, and we are going to be Champions League winners. The Rangers, Champions League winners, 3-1 over Chelsea in an insane rebuild. If you guys enjoyed today's rebuild, make sure that you bloody leave a like on the video. Scorpion, kick that subscribe button down below if you are new around here. Make sure you check out my Instagram and my Twitter, both of which will be linked down below. I can't even put sentences together. I'm that hyped. I'll let you guys enjoy the title celebrations. It has been JarradHD here. I'm out. Peace.